As we were getting closer, they were all talking to the people at the house and the security guards and stuff, and we arrive and there's this guy and this kind of security checkpoint, and they were all talking, and it's very legit. A bit nervous, do you know what I mean? I was like, wow, I can't believe after all this I'm going into this house. It was crazy to me. I think I can say that I might be the first person to do this. What's going on, guys? It's Waithe, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about my honest, truthful opinion of my experience in the Love Island villa. Now, if you didn't know, last year in the summer I went into the Love Island house and I got to experience it for the first time ever. Now, if you followed my YouTube channel for years and years, then you would know that I have released a few Love Island audition tapes, and all which they all failed basically. Yeah, so I didn't go to the house all those years. So it's been basically 5 years later, and it took so long. Anyways, but coincidentally, last year I was in Ibiza living there with my girlfriend. I got an email from ITV because I've been working with them, and they said that I could go over and go to the Love Island villa and experience it. So I was definitely like, yes. It was also just a quick 30-minute flight from where I was also. So it was an amazing experience to just kind of hop over there like I was commuting to the villa. It felt really good. You know what? I felt really good in that moment. Also, I did ask if my girlfriend could come, but they were like, no. So I kind of had to be like, you stay here whilst I go to the Love Island villa. And she was thinking, are you coming back? But of course, I came back. I came all the way back as a loyal boyfriend. That's what I am. See, I am loyal. I said, I'm loyal, babe. I am loyal. So the whole plan was I was to fly from Ibiza to this specific part of Spain, and then I'd get picked up. Now, I flew over there, no idea. Bear in mind, I'm literally in a country already that I am not familiar with. So then I went there, and I had to wait for someone and look for a sign that had my name on it. And there was a lovely lady there waiting for me, and she didn't really say anything. So I was very, very secretive. Do you know what I mean? I'm in the back of this. It was a whole massive kind of transport car driving across Spain. I'm literally like, I feel like I'm getting held hostage. It's comfortable, but I'm still like, don't know where I'm going, don't know what's going to happen. But I go with it, I trust the universe, I go with the flow. So I arrive at my hotel before we actually go to the house, and when I tell you, this was one of the nicest hotels I've ever seen in my entire life. As soon as I arrived there, it was a 5-star hotel. I was like, wow. I was absolutely enticed by the experience. First, I was chauffeured over to this 5-star hotel. I'm like, wow. So then I get in there, the person takes my bag, and they were like, we'll bring it up to your room. I didn't even need to bring my bag to the room. That was an experience in itself. I would have been happy with just that. Then bringing my bag to my room was a whole thing. I was like, are you sure? You don't need to. And he's like, yeah, man. He wasn't Jamaican. Didn't say yeah, man. He said something, yes, Anyway, so we check in, and I meet some representatives, and there's a few people there. At this point, I'm really hungry and a bit delirious. I don't really get what's going on. The view is spectacular, and I literally am just staring at this view. Because I was a bit early, because I was just literally coming from Spain, and the people that I was meeting were coming from London. I had a drink on this balcony and just looking at the view. And also, we couldn't check into the room yet. You see, when you arrive to a new hotel and you can't check in for a few hours, you just have to wait for a little bit. So I'm just thinking about getting into this Love Island house. Do you know what I mean? At this moment, I can't believe after all this I'm going into this house. It was crazy to me. So we end up having a massive lunch on this massive kind of like terrace. It was incredible. They had all of this food spread out, vegetarian options and meat options, and it was just a huge spread. I think it was chips and this kind of nice sandwich, and it was exactly what we needed before we went to the villa. And I'm just like asking so many questions. I'm also like, I'm listening to what everyone's talking about. I'm just taking in the views. I feel like I am literally like about to be on national television. But it wasn't even the case. Like in that moment, it just makes you feel like you're about to do something huge. And because it was about to be on TV, it was all very secret and all very confidential and all very like you don't really know much. So the entire time it was so fun, just kind of feeling exclusive, and I knew where this place was. I literally like felt like I was an insider that had this like information that the outside world couldn't know. So we were able to check in and freshen up. I was so excited about this room because it had literally everything you needed in one of these swanky 5-star hotels. I had my own slippers, I had my own dressing gown, and I also had an incredible view of the sea. And when I tell you, I need to come back here. I'd recommend it. It's probably cost me a mortgage to get it, but it was incredible. And you know, one of those showers where you just love a shower and it's just great, feels great. And then you have like nice little free complimentary things. I had a great time, as you can tell. But it was time to drive down to the house, and it was apparently like an hour and a half from where we were, and it was the longest journey I've ever taken in my life, because obviously the Love Island house has to be hidden and not being able to be found very easily, because anyone could kind of go press, and you know, anyone could get to it if it was easy. But when I tell you, the journey took so long, so many different turns, so many different roads, so many different checkpoints and everything, that it really isn't easy to find. And I don't think there'd be any way that anyone could actually get there. It's in the middle of nowhere. And it was so hot. When I tell you, blastering hot, it was unbearable, unbearably hot. It was mid like August, so it's the hottest thing ever from UK to there. Oh my golly gosh. And I was living in Spain then. That day was the hottest day I've ever experienced. But as we were getting closer, they were all talking to the people at the house and the security guards and stuff, and we arrived and there's this guy and this kind of security checkpoint, and they were all talking, and it's very legit. Do you know what I mean? I mean, of course it is, it's Love Island, but it was very legit and all very secretive. And we get to this checkpoint, and then we drive down another road, and then we see the house, and this house is insane. Like, I'd love to go there just on a holiday. Do you know what I mean? Have all the rooms to myself. But it was incredible to see, and it just added to the whole. It was a hot day. It was an incredible villa, and arriving to it, it's quite intimidating because it's huge, and you instantly get the sense of, oh, okay, this is a full-on production. This is where the magic happens. So we arrived at the villa, and I've got my suitcase, and I'm ready to move into the house. Honestly, it's such a weird experience, because the producers were there, and we had a 30-minute tour to like go around all the whole places, and it was quite quick, but also because there's loads of people with us, it's not very personalized. Because I was so excited, I had my camera and my phone, but then my camera battery just suddenly drained because I was filming the entire journey there, because I was like so excited. I was filming everything, and my battery drained before I even got there. I managed to get a few things, but most of the clips were on my phone. Luckily I had, and I wasn't also allowed to film the few bits. So it was all very, do you know what I mean? It's one of those things where in the moment when you're actually there, you don't feel as prepared to capture all of it. I was just kind of taking it in with my eyes, getting that I was doing videos as well. We were just going around the whole place. I really wanted to go into the swimming pool. Like, I've always watched Love Island and been like, why don't they just dive in the pool and like bomb dive and everything, belly flop? Why not? Because like it's always so serious. Like, why don't you just have some fun? So I wanted to do that, but they were like, nah, don't do that. You know, don't do that. And I was like, okay, fair enough. And it was so hot, so I really did want to do it, sweating. But knowing me, I actually think I think I can say that I might be the first person to do this in the Love Island villa. So I did a poo in the toilet. I don't think anyone had done a poo in the toilet yet, unless one of the ITV people did it. But they had different huts. But I did a poo in the toilet. I think I need a Guinness World Record for that. The first poo ever in that house, like in the new house. I know it wasn't ever in the house. Obviously someone did one, but I thought I'd tell you that. I don't know why I told you. I don't even know I'm telling you. But yeah, funny experience. Didn't find love, but found poo. The bedrooms are huge, and it feels very strange to be in there. I can't imagine sleeping in there for the whole time, with everyone in there. I like my space, I like my privacy, but I guess you kind of get used to it. But yeah, it's just so strange. It's so much bigger than you'd think as well. So much bigger, and obviously you only see it from the camera angles, but they're in the blind spots and the places that you don't really see. It's just so big. And the outside kitchen is, I had some footage of the outside kitchen, but I don't know where it's gone. But it was so hot out there, and made of this reflective metal material that was so intense. I'm not gonna lie, the whole thing feels like a bit of a blur, because I was already in Ibiza and just that was already crazy what I was doing out there. But then going to this house was even more nuts, and the whole thing just seemed like, was it real or was it not? I'm so glad that I was able to do it. And that's what I'm so thankful for, because I actually can now tick it off. You know, I feel like some peace and ease in my brain knowing that I've actually been into the Love Island villa. But that is it. I feel like my dream is complete, and now I can move on to something else, because that was a long time in the making, and I'm glad that I've checked it off. I can say that I've officially been in the Love Island villa, and I have a girlfriend anyway, so it's worked out both ways. I didn't actually need to find love in the house. I have my own girlfriend and I love her, so you know, it's out here. And I didn't actually have to go through the process of doing all of that long thing on there and becoming overly looked at online, secret pooping all the time. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a cheeky thumbs up, share it around your friends, and I will see you in my next video. Peace out.